In order to connect multiple monitors to my laptop, I've used quite a few different docking solutions. They've been fine, but none as versatile and complete as iVANKY's 20-in-1 Docking Station Ultra. This thing is an absolute powerhouse, with its two Thunderbolt controllers offering what, to many people, could be an overkill amount of connectivity. So they sponsored this video to show off the blazing performance of their docking station and just how useful it could be when connected to your Apple Silicon Mac. In order to provide this much connectivity from a single device, iVANKY had to go with not one, but two Thunderbolt 4 chips. And as a result, it connects to two of your Mac's USB-C ports at once. It's still a one-cable solution though, thanks to their included dual USB-C cable. It connects to two ports on your computer and the two USB-C upstream ports on the docking station with just the one cable. It's only compatible with Apple Silicon-powered Macs, so it won't work with any of your old Intel Macs. Of course, your computer will need a lot of power, as will the hub and all the devices connected to it. So it has a 180-watt power supply and can supply 96 watts of power through the upstream ports to your computer, while also providing up to 20 watts through some of the USB-C ports and 7.5 watts on the USB-A ports. So let's actually go through all the ports the docking station has to offer. As I already mentioned, there are two USB-C upstream ports to connect to your computer. Beside those two, on the back of the device, you have the power input as well as a security lock. To the left of those, you have two 40 gigabit per second 15-watt USB-C ports. Then you have your two HDMI 2.0 ports, which can each output at 4K 60 FPS. Moving on from that, there are three USB-A ports, all running at 10 gigabits per second, and then you have two options for audio out. You have a 3.5mm line out port, or you can use the optical Toslink port to get a digital audio signal. The last port on the back is a LAN port, but it's not a standard gigabit port, it's a 2.5 gig port. Depending on your network setup, a multi-gig port like this could be advantageous to offer a faster connection than gigabit, but potentially let you stick with your existing cabling and cheaper network infrastructure. Things like editing video off a NAS will work far better with this faster network connection. Moving on to the front of the docking station, the options continue. You have two more 40 gigabit per second USB-C ports, two more 10 gigabit per second USB-A ports, a USB-C 10 gigabit per second port with 20 watts of power delivery, and another 10 gigabit per second USB-C port. You have both a UHS 2 SD card slot, as well as a UHS 2 micro SD card slot, and finally, you have a 3.5mm headphone and microphone combo jack. With this much connectivity, there's a ton you can do. With just the one cable, you can have as many monitors as your Mac supports connected. Now, since I have an M2 Pro chip in my MacBook Pro, that's limited by Apple to two external displays running at up to 6K 60Hz. But if I had an M2 Max laptop, I could have four displays running off the Docking Station Ultra at once, three 6K 60Hz displays, and another 4K 60Hz display. Those 6K 60Hz displays can be connected to any of the four 40 gigabit per second USB-C ports. I've always been a big proponent for multi-monitor setups. You have a ton more screen real estate to work with, which can make things like photo and video editing, or even researching with references up on another display, much easier. The Docking Station Ultra makes a massive multi-screen desktop setup really simple to connect, and it's sure to help you unlock new ways to smooth out your workflow. Having this much connectivity broken out from my MacBook has been incredibly handy when I'm offloading photos from numerous different cameras, so I can have all my cards and cameras connected at once and start moving the footage. It's also incredibly easy when I get back to just plug in the one cable, and then my speakers, monitors, mouse, microphone, and more are all connected. If you've been looking for a better solution to keep your Apple Silicon-powered Mac connected, you can give iVANKY's 20-in-1 Docking Station Ultra a try through our link down in the video description. Once again, it's not compatible with Intel Macs. With 2.5 gig Ethernet, 96 watts of power delivery, and a total of 20 ports for connectivity, iVANKY's Docking Station Ultra is the solution for creative professionals. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac, and thanks again to iVANKY for sponsoring this video.